Until we know the truth and the smoke settles, it's all for speculation. But the fact that we are even having this conversation at all should tell you one thing: stop worshiping and idolizing these people.
You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers.
Lawsuit that was brought forth by his former hype man by the name of Terrence Dixon. He's suing the rapper for a substantial amount of money for a bunch of claims that he has made against the rapper. Defendant Fat Joe's control over plaintiff extended far beyond mere financial exploitation or denial of credit. Over 16 years, defendant cultivated a deliberate environment of psychological manipulation, intimidation, and persistent threats to ensure plaintiffs' continued submission, silence, and loyalty despite ongoing abuse, exploitation, and humiliation. The defendant employed persistent verbal abuse, threats of physical violence, erratic and insufficient payment, manipulative control over travel and accommodations. Plaintiff was routinely coerced into engaging in sexual acts with women, specifically brought by defendant Fat Joe to hotel rooms and private gatherings following performances and studio events. Defendant Fat Joe frequently arranged and orchestrated these encounters, intentionally creating scenarios. Defendant Fat Joe regularly monitored these encounters closely, frequently remaining in the room to watch, record, or provide explicit direction and commands. Minor Doe 1 is a 16-year-old Dominican girl residing in New York. In exchange for cash, clothing, and payment of her cell phone bill, defendant would get oral X and other sexual acts performed on him by Minor Doe 1. Minor Doe 2. Minor Doe 2 is a Caucasian female. The defendant began having sexual relations with Minor Doe 2 when she was just 15 years old. Defendant flew Minor Doe.
Hold on. Let me stop it real quick. Look. I'm dead serious. Does the money really transform and turn people into these type of monsters? Like, if you reach a certain level of success, does that really create a version of you that was never there before, or were you innately always that way and it never got exposed? And I'm asking because, damn, we just consecutively continue to see similar patterns and habits in these adults over and over and over again, whether it's in the school system or it's on the police force or it's behind stage or it's on set. It's the same type of shit consistently. Can't be a coincidence. Yet and still, whether or not you want to factor in money or not, it seems to be a pattern. And I'm curious: are people always chasing after the level of success that they want because they want to be able to enact or act out their real desires and stuff like that, or is it something deeper? I really think it's more. It has to be.
Doe 2 to New York City and Miami, Florida on multiple occasions due to Minor Doe's 2 body being adolescent and not fully formed. Defendant paid for her to get a Brazilian butt lift. Minor Doe 3 with her friends from high school the same time she was being trafficked by defendant. Minor Doe 3 is a Latino female who met the defendant when she was just 15 years old, turning 16. According to plaintiff, defendant was in love with Minor Doe 3. He even contemplated leaving his wife. The defendant paid all Minor Doe 3's bills and even took her overseas to his tour stops.
Yo, I hope y'all got the same energy for him that you did for R. Kelly. Like, seriously. all the interviews that I've ever seen him in, all the gun talk and gangster talk and trying to drop street knowledge to kids and all that shit. And you sit allegedly, of course, we don't know until we know. But damn, like if this is real and true, bro, what? What? 15, 14 years old, butt lifts, leaving your wife? Yeah, this is why I keep on saying this shit over and over again. Stop worshiping these people, man. They just humans like you, flawed just like us. Y'all get disappointed as hell as soon as you learn that they ain't what you thought they was. This shit right here, it's a wrap for him. Like if this shit is real, it's over. It better be. Give him exactly what you gave R. Kelly. R. Kelly fighting for his life right now in jail. Give him the same thing and probably more. Like, I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this shit. Hold on.
He brought her to Florida and will put her up in a condo he rented a few blocks from his house from his wife. In a recorded conversation, minor Doe 3 and her 15-year-old cousin described in detail to plaintiff how inappropriate it was for a defendant who was in his late 30s at the time to be fawning over children. So in the complaint, he added in the lyrics to the song that he's referencing, and some of the first lyrics are, "Now she was only 16. I had to nurture that. Give her some growth. Waited till I teach the cat." Very interesting. So I'm going to read.
Shit. Hey, no. Yo. I ain't really a big Fat Joe fan.
This Fat Joe lawsuit that was brought forth by his former.
Hold on. I ain't gonna hold you. Having that shit in your lyrics is wild as fuck. You really wrote that shit, sir? Can anyone tell me what song that was? Nah. No. No way. Yeah, this ain't looking too good for you, brother. It's not looking too good for you at all. And quite frankly, if you're guilty, then they need to go ahead and throw you under the cell. Take all your music out of the catalog, remove it from all social media platforms, all that shit. Shit, you might as well have been peeing on you. You know what? Never mind. That I probably went too far there. I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. And Cat Williams spoke on it. A number of people spoke on it and said that a lot of people were going to get exposed for this type of stuff. So I would more or less say prepared to see more and probably worse. Damn, Joe. Damn. You know what? Just gave me an idea. Let me know what y'all thought about this. Do you think he's innocent, guilty? Let me know in the comment section.